ballgame. Here's the kick. Kind of a spiral kick coming down. Picked up by Stevens. He loses the ball momentarily on the 5-yard line. Up to the 10. Comes in. 15. Goes to the outside. He's still on his feet. He'll get down over the 30-yard line. Pretty good run back by Stevens, and he didn't appear to be able to get going. And he does manage to get to the man who kicked off that football, number 83, Dwayne Cleveland. Cleveland is a 6'1", 170-pound senior from Appleton. Trojans now with the first opportunity here offensively in this ballgame. Just into the first quarter. Trojans come out. They'll go into the wishbone with Steinhoff as the split in to the left. He's far out to the left. Here's the call by Scott Bruchik. On the quick opener, he goes up the middle for 3 or 4 yards. Ball carrier, Alan Bizek. Pick up on the play of about 2 yards. Watch where they mark it down. Gain on the play now as we await. They're on the far side of the field. Second down, pick up on the play of 4 yards. Second down and 6 now for the Trojans against Steinhoff. Wide receiver to the left. The Trojans elect to stay in the wishbone. Scott Proshik is the quarterback. Here's the call. Second man through Conley. And he stuffed it down. Gain on the play of about a yard. And then he was sent hard by number 82, Mark Shielman. Shielman is a 5'10", 165-pound senior. He really knocked him down. Gain on the play of about 2 yards, making third down and 4 now for the Trojans. So big play for New Prague as they're still into their own territory. The ball resting on about the 37-yard line, making the 37. This time Steinhoff will spread to the right. Again in the wishbone, Proshek, and there was movement, and the ball given to Bizek. There's a flag on the far side of the field. It appeared that maybe Proshek might have moved from here. I might be wrong. It is motion against the Trojans. And it'll bring up fourth down as a whistle was not blown. It did not stop play. I should not say that. They're talking now to one of the captains, Jeff Arnold. Arnold is a 6', 190-pound senior. It is a motion penalty against the Trojans. It is declined. So by virtue of not blowing the whistle, the referee, or the official, decided to leave the ball playing. It brings up fourth down as he picked up very little yardage. In fact, I don't believe he got back to the line of scrimmage. Bizek was the ball carrier. Here's a snap, a low snap. The rush is on. He gets the boot away. Bizek, it's a short kick. They'll come down around the 45, taking on a fair catch. And the Appleton Aces have the ball in good field position. I'm going to check that. Brad Beck. Beck, son of Coach Bill Beck, is the halfback, running back offensively, defensive man on the defense. He's 5'11", 108-pound senior. So the Aces come out. They will run out of the slot on the left side. Dual running back, the call. First man to, and he goes for about a yard, and then Wormeskirchen hangs him up, and Stevens fights for the football. He does come up with it. However, the ball had been blown dead. Pick up on the play of about a half a yard. So Wormeskirchen would not leave him go. Dwayne Wormeskirchen, all conference out of the New Prague Trojan, noted for his defense. There's the call. And going to the other side is Final, and he felt it down. Check that. It was Brad Beck, number 40, Beck. Arnold, number 42. Beck went nowhere as he tried to sweep the left side, pull the guard. He missed his man, and in on the tackle there was Deitch, helped out by Francis Mishak. So now a big play for Appleton. Third down and about 9 yards to go. Here with 9:06 remaining in the first quarter at Litchfield. Class B championship. Here's the call. And a draw play. Good hole, and he's still going. He's going to be very close to the first down. On the draw play, he was held up. Stevens got a hand on him, couldn't hold him. And he got down over the 35 to about the 34-yard line. Very close. It'll be short, however. It'll be short by about a yard. Bringing up fourth down in with the play for the Appleton. Number 55 in the person of Paul Walden. Coming out for the Aces, number 72, Scott Johnson. Oh, the Aces will go for it. Of course, they are in New Prague territory. Now they'll open it up. They'll spot to the right, run out of an eye, wide receiver, far to the right. Here's a call by Shea. The handoff going to that fullback, and he's going to be very close. I don't know if he made it. The man going in there to put the bite on him, Gary Lucas. And he did not make it. It's short by about a foot, and the Trojans will take over. So, in our first series of downs, both ways, we've seen defense, which we expected to see naturally in this ballgame. They're both noted for their defense, and they are very comparable in size, ranging in that 6-foot area up the line to 6'1" and 2", a couple of 200-pounders, 200 plus, and we feel as though this will be a real grueling match before it's over. Now the Trojans on the offense. Steinhoff, wide receiver to the right, out of the wishbone. The call. First man through, Bizek, good hole, and he drives his way for about 6 or 7 yards. Number 54 got a hand on him. That is Mark Rustoon. But Bizek, noted all season long for his legs and able to move the football. Pick up on the play. 7 yards. Second down and 3 now for the Trojans. That was a quick opener. Like to hit off that right side or left side, depending. Again, they'll stay in the wishbone with Steinhoff, wide receiver to the left. Here's a call. Again, it's given to Bizek. Puts his head down. He'll be very close to the first down as he dives, and he should have it. He'll be very close. See now where they mark the ball. I think the ball will be marked where it's at, so now they may have to measure. There will be a measure. There's a timeout now on the field while they measure. Again, on the part of Al Bizek, that was just a good second effort as he was hit probably 2 or 3 yards behind where the ball is placed down. And this young man just has a set of powerful legs, and he took that linebacker right along with him for those couple extra yards.
Well, this looks like it may be just a couple inches good.
By the head stripe on the football, it is a first down. Well, the Trojan fans on the far side of the field, the Trojans are located across the field from us. Give out a big ovation. And there is the first down of this ball game. Now time back in. Just over 7 minutes remain here in the first quarter. We're at Litchfield for this championship game between the Trojans of New Prague and the Aces of Appleton. Now Steinhoff will line up about 5 yards wide. Stay in the wishbone. Here's a call. Stevens to the outside, and he'll go for about 2 yards. Sticky going as he tried to hit off the left side of that defensive line of Appleton. The man coming off the bottom of the heap, 83, Dwayne Clavin. Also following the play, number 42, Jeff Arnold.
Well, I talked to John Bush during practice a couple times this week. He said they weren't going to do anything different. They were just going to run right at him like they have everybody else this year.
All right, Trojans out of the huddle. Steinhoff splits to the right. Scott Prochek, junior quarterback, barks the signals. And there's quick movement. Flags go. Here's the pitch out to Stevens. Cut to the inside, and he'll just get about a yard. Is the pursuit terrific by Appleton. There on the far side of the field. Again, Cleveland followed that play well. He did not make the tackle. It is offside against Appleton. So a break for the Trojans as they gain very little on the play, and I'm sure they'll bring it back and take the penalty. Right now, one of the co-captains, Tom Reebok, senior end out of New Prague, is talking to the official, and now they'll go back to the original line of scrimmage. And chalk off 5 yards. Now they'll move up, and now we are right at midfield. The ball just over on about the 49-yard line of the Appleton Aces. And directly ahead of us is, I believe, the photographer's booth is directly in front of us. So now play description will be a little tough because the line of scrimmage is almost directly hidden by the pole that directs the tower. Trojans in the wishbone with Steinhoff to the right. Prochek called the signal. Handoff. Second man through. Conley bumps his way down. Very close to the first down. I believe he'll have it. Good effort by Conley. Number 54, Mark Rustin, and number 61, Don Schnauzer. All in there to make the tackle. It is a first down for the Trojans, and now they continue to move on the ground. So far, Scott Prochek is not elected to go to the air. He had been very successful against the Cokato Dazzle Chargers after he got the running game going, and this is the thing that I'm sure he wants to do. Make the ground game work. Here's the call. Second man through. Stevens bucks his way, and then he's held up. Good tackle in there. And responsible for that number 63, Mark Williamson. Williamson 5'11", 200-pound guard. He's a senior. Gain on the play, 1 yard, second down and 9. Now as the clock's running, there's 5 minutes, just over 5 minutes remaining here in the first quarter at Litchfield. Wind out of the southeast, continuing to blow, I would imagine somewhere between 10 and 12 miles an hour. Trojans out with Steinhoff to the left. Straight back, Prochek, he looks. That time now fires it out there. It is deflected. It's going to be intercepted and dropped. Out there waiting for the ball. Number 40, Brad Beck. And Prochek didn't get anything on that. He didn't get the protection he wanted, but he got loose and he ran right up in the pocket. Then tried to hit his team man. And the ball just seemed to slip out of his hand somewhat. It went kind of straight up in the air. Beck actually came in and was waiting for the ball, bounced off his chest and fell incomplete. Another big break for the Trojans. Poses an incomplete pass, stops the clock with 4:45 remaining in the quarter. There is no score. Third down and 9, now a big play for the Trojans. As Prochek once again sets his backfield in the wishbone, consisting of Bizek, Conley, and Stevens. Here's a call. Straight back again. Prochek, he's in the pocket. Now he fires it out here. He has Stevens all alone. He has the first down. Down inside the 30 to about the 28-yard line. Once again, Prochek got the outside rush, and it appears as though the way the defensive setup is for the Aces, they will keep their men to the outside, their ends, and try to contain him. He ran up in the pocket again, found Stevens wide open, good for the first down.
Well, as they have so many times this year, Raleigh, we've seen it time after time, game after game. When they really needed that ace down in the hole, they always went to that bread and butter play with Harold Stevens coming out on the hook in through the left side, back over to on a kind of a post pattern with Prochek hitting him.
At the 28-yard line, here's the call by Prochek. And the ball given to Bizek. Plows his way for yardage. He goes over the 25 to the 23. He got about 5 yards once again. Entirely effort. Sal Bizek had about 2 men riding his back. I could see number 42 riding him. I could not really see the man responsible for getting him down. But it was a good pickup by Bizek. Gain on the play. 5 yards. Second down and 5. Ball on the 23-yard line of the Appleton Aces. Steinhoff. Wide to the right. Not near as far as he normally does. Out about 7 yards. Here's a call. Steinhoff. Second man through. Conley burst his way. Good for a first down. I believe there's a fumble. I'm not sure. Looked like he might have lost the ball. It is a first down for Conley. And Conley with a burst of speed. And, of course, a significant factor for the Trojans all year long is in the fact that they have 3 men who are able to carry the ball almost respectively, one as well as the other. And it's a very tough job to contain this backfield. They run exceptionally well, all of them. Very big factor for the Trojans. A plus factor, I might add. Now, Prochek brings them out. The ends are in tight now. Here's a call. The pitch goes to Stevens. He has a man outside, but he's going to be tripped up. And a good play by number 54 for Appleton, Mark Rooston. Rooston is 175 pounds, 6'1". He's a senior. And we'll see where they mark it. Pick up on the play. I'm going to guess about 7. I can't see the market from the far side, and I don't believe the scoreboard to be right. We have a wide receiver to the left. Here is the call by Prochek. And first man through, there is that fumble, loose football. And the Aces have recovered. Al Bizek was the man who fumbled that football. And now the defense for the Trojans will come on the field as a big break for Appleton as the Trojans were moving very successfully. They were down, getting very close to the goal line. The ball, Bizek had a good game. The ball is down on about the 2-yard line. So now it's Appleton in Kevin Shea, and he keeps the ball for about 4 or 5 yards, straight up the pipe. Goes over the 5, close to the 6-yard line. Pick up on the play, 4 yards. Kevin Shea. Shea is 5'11", 155-pound senior. Got him out of the hole on that play. Once again, he dropped back. And out goes. He goes to the outside, and then he belted down. He got some yardage, though, and he'll be up a couple yards short of the first down. Stevens in on the tackle, along with Mike Solheim. Following the play was Tom Reebok. Mark it down. They'll be short by about 2 yards, yard and a half. Make it 2. 3rd and 2 now into the ball game. Number 55. And he'll come back out now. He was going to shuttle with number 72, but now they'll return. They'll go out of the slot D. Here's the call, and there's a flag down, and it'll be very close to the first down. The man carrying the football with number 42, Jeff Arnold. There is a penalty on the play. An illegal motion against the Appleton Aces. Now, it'll be very important as to where they mark the football. It appears from here they could be close enough to the first down. And that being the case, of course, the Trojans will put it back, and they're going to do just that. Penalty of 5 yards brings it back inside the 5 now, closer to the goal line. We'll mark it down on the 5-yard line, where it'll be 3rd down and about 7 for the Appleton Aces.
I think all the New Prague fans are sitting there with bated breath right now. There's not a whole lot of noise coming out of there.
So big play for Appleton. Again, they wing to the right. Here's the call. The reverse goes to the other side of the field, and he's going to be hemmed down, short of the first down. Good pursuit. Steinhoff was in there, but I'm trying to pick up the number. It was Francis Mishek responsible for holding him up. And it'll bring the Aces into a punting situation. The single safety back for the Trojans. Harold Stevens, he'll stand back on about the 30, moving back to the 35-yard line now, just outside the 35. There's just over a minute remaining here in the first quarter. There is no score in this ball game at Litchfield before a jam-packed stadium. It is full all the way around now. Here's the kick, a high end-over-end kick. Stevens will field it. He takes it at the 30 and puts his head down and check that 35. He goes to about the 33-yard line. So the Trojans, with good field position, now have the ball once again, as they had chomped their way down, grinding out first downs on the ground. One very important pass in the middle, and that, of course, got them a big first down on a 3rd and 9, 3rd and long yardage. So they'll have a chance again with 39 seconds left in the quarter. Sign off. Wide receiver splits to the left. Trojans, wishbone, backfield, Prochek, quarterback. Here's the call. And now Stevens, second man through, and he piles his way for about 6 yards. He was hit at the 35-yard line, and just check that 30-yard line. Now they have moved the markers, and the other side of the field is getting kind of obliterated with colors. It's kind of hard to pick up the yard markers. But the ball is down over the 30 to the 27-yard line. Gain on the play, 5 yards. Second down and 5. Trojans, so far, picking up good yardage. There is the end of the quarter. So here at Litchfield, after 1 quarter, the score, the New Prague Trojans nothing, and the Appleton Aces nothing. What I like about these high school football games is there is absolutely no waste of time between quarters. What it amounts to is about a timeout, and they're right back ready to play football, and here we go. All the officials did was try to cheat the Trojans out of 5 yards. Not really. They just misplaced the ball. Now they have it right. Here's the call by Prochek. Fake, second man through. Conley finds the hole. Goes for about 4 yards. He'll be down. Appears he'll be a little short of the first down. We'll see where they mark it. It will be 3rd down. He's short by about 2 yards. 3rd and 2 now for the Trojans. Just into the second quarter. We are in a scoreless ball game. Trojans moving very close to the goal line. They were down inside the 10. And Al Bizek coughed up a fumble, picked up by the Aces. Steinhoff, wide to the left. Prochek on the call. And a quick first man through. Bizek fights his way, and I believe he has the first down. On the tackle, number 42. It is the first down. Jeff Arnold held him up. But Bizek strong enough to pick up that first down into the ball game for Appleton. Mark Olson coming out. Now is Teskey. Dan Teskey. We're all resting now on the 22-yard line. 1st and 10, New Prague. Now the Trojans bring Steinhoff about 2 yards wide on the left. Reebok is the tight end on the right side. Here's the call by Scott Prochek. And second man through. Stevens tries to go, and he's going to be him down. He still fights his way. He got about an extra yard just on effort. Man who met him at the line of scrimmage was number 83, Dwayne Cleveland. Cleveland is playing very well so far. He's been in on a few tackles, and he looks like he's a hard hitter. 6'1", 170-pound senior from Appleton. Gain on the play of 2 yards by Stevens. 2nd down and 8. Now Steinhoff, the wide receiver to the left, moves further out. The Trojans elect to stay in the wishbone. Here's a call by Prochek. He drops back. The rush is on. Jumps one over to Stevens. He has some running room, and then he belted down in a good tackle. It appeared as though he'd have some running room. The man who blocked up the middle there was number 54, and he's also been in on some tackles. Mark Brewston. He waited, and he moved out of that linebacker spot. Did a good job. He plays in the middle. Check that. He's the right side linebacker. And now the Aces are going with a 5-man front. They'll rush 5 men and play their middle monster back right over the middle. Here's the call by Prochek. He drops back again. He looks. He has time to start. Swings it out for Stevens. And he couldn't hold it. And Stevens got bumped pretty good there as he tried to catch that ball over his head. Goes as an incomplete pass. It'll bring up 4th down. 71 Wormerskirchen coming on. Now you move back in. Now he has a replacement in there, and it'll be interesting now to see if the Trojans can pull this one out. That play just strictly running Stevens out of the backfield. He goes out to the outside, goes down about 7 or 8 yards, and cuts to the outside. Prochek tried to lead him, threw the ball a little bit behind him. This time Steinhoff will line up on the right side. Here's the call by Scott Prochek. And a little shot into Steinhoff, and he goes. He's still going. I believe he has the first down. It is a first down. A good call by Scott Prochek. He dropped back about 2 yards, threw a bullet to Steinhoff, who just does about a slant pattern. He goes down 2 yards, cuts in, has it for the first down. Inside the 10, the ball on the 6-yard line.
Well, this is one of the things that they may beat Appleton with tonight, because in the scouting reports they probably have not seen anybody go to anybody but Stevens and Reebok too much.
Out of the wishbone once again with Steinhoff. Wide receiver to the left. Here's a call. Bezick on the quick opener. He fights his way, and he goes over the 5 to about the 3-yard line. Once again, Bezick, the Bulldog. Big train is all you can call him, and he just keeps moving people. Number 71, Dan Luce. Number 72, Scott Johnson. Responsible for containing him as he moves. We'll mark it on the 4. Gain on the play of about, once again, I would believe it to be 3 yards. Our vantage point right now is hard to tell exactly, but we'll mark it at the 4. 2nd down and goal for the Trojans. Scott Prochek calls. Here's check that. Al Bezick, and he got very close to the goal line before he was turned back. We want to see where they marked the football. Once again, the quick opener. It is short of the goal line by about 4 inches. That's how close he got. And I'm not going to make any guesses, but I'll bet anybody a hill of beans that Al Bezick gets the football in the next play, as he has been the workhorse. Out they come. Ron Cadillac over center. I forgot to mention him in introduction. He's played outstanding center all year for the Trojans. Once again, out of the wishbone, Scott Prochek gives it to Bezick, and he'll fight his way, and they won't give it to him. There is a flag on the play. There's a flag in the end zone. Now, this could be a motion penalty against the Trojans. Somebody broke early. So now they're talking to the captain. Of course, by taking the penalty, it will give the Trojans another chance for a play, but it's the only thing Appleton can do, as we were right down on the goal line. I thought before that Bezick might have gone in, and when he put it down 4 inches, that's slicing it pretty thin. Back into the ball game. For New Prague, Gary Lucas out. Dwayne Wormerskirchen. 3rd down now. The ball resting right on the 5-yard line. So now, very interesting to see what Prochek elects to do in this 3rd down and goal situation from the 5. Steinhoff, fire to the right now. Wishbone backfield for the Trojans. Here's the call. 2nd man through. Conley, and he's tripped up by his own man. He caught on Gary Lucas's feet. Otherwise, I think he could have gone in. Got the ball down to about the 3, where it'll bring up 4th down. He's in the middle of the field. And now Wormerskirchen brings in a play. So will they send Bezick in with a field goal, or will they go for it? Appears from here that they will go for the touchdown. And now will they line up different? Now Prochek decides to take a timeout. There is a timeout on the field. We have 7 minutes and 12 seconds remaining, and the score: New Prague nothing and Appleton nothing. The officiating here, as well as the other ball games, has been outstanding. It's just a treat to watch good officials take charge of the ball game. Now we'll wing to the left. In the slot is Conley. Running backs are Bizek and Stevens. Here's the call by Proshik. Goal to go in the three. The handoff for Bizek. Fights his way out. He won't make it. The Appleton Aces have hold him. He got down to about the half-a-yard line again. He just couldn't find his way in there. The ball is closer to the... We'll see where they mark it now. We'll get the right mark on this. See where they will spot it. They'll spot it on about the half-a-yard line. That's how close. Twice, Bizek just couldn't quite get the ball in the end zone, and that is what Appleton is made of. Here they come. Suddenly out of the backfield, and Stevens belts down the running back. I'll have to pick up his number as they are on the far end of the field. That was number 40, Bill Beck. Took that, Brad Beck. Bill Beck is the head coach. Brad Beck is a 5'11", 180-pound senior. That was just a quick shot trapped to the right side. Now, once again, wide receiver to the left. Throw set in the backfield. Here's the call. Handoff. Man through on the right side. Goes over the 5 to about the 7-yard line. Mark at the 7. Ball carrier Jeff Arnold. So now in quick burst, the Appleton Aces trying to suddenly move out, and they have third down and about 4. Mark it 3rd and 4.
In on the stop that time, Marv Deutsch and Gary Lukic.
Just over 6 minutes remain here in the half. Now, high formation, slot to the right. Here's the call. And handoff goes to the outside. He won't make it. As the Trojans defense very alertly follows that play. Lucas is there, however, he didn't make the tackle. I want to pick up the number. Number 31, Harold Stevens. In on that tackle for the Trojans. And we've shown good evidence of sound defensive football here. The Trojans with very good yardage up and down the field. However, Appleton came to the party when it amounted to it. Here's a snap, a high snap. And the ball put it back. It's going to come down. And it's going to be down at about the 8-yard line. Who's responsible for that block? It was either Conley or Worm Excursion or Lukic, one of them, and all I saw the hand, even Rod Sire, number 64, was in there. We'll have to pick that up at halftime because I couldn't tell. There was just a host of white jerseys from here, and I just saw a hand up there, and it was one of the Trojans, but about 4 of those numbers came from that side of the field. So we have 1st and goal again, the ball marked at the 9-yard line. For the Trojans in the wishbone. Steinhoff, wide receiver to the right. Here's the call by Proshik. And a handoff goes to Bizek, and he belted down. He got about a yard. And on that tackle, Jeff Arnold, and he made a good tackle on Bizek. He hit him right around the shins, brought him down.
One of the things that they ran through in practice before the Dassel game was running out of the wishbone a little more on the option. John Bush telling them to pitch out just a little bit more, and something that we may begin to see because it looks like they're keying a little bit too much on Bizek. Apparently they've done some homework on their scouting reports.
Once again, they break the wishbone formation. They go in a wing to the left. In the slot is Conley. Outside him. And here's the handout to Bizek again. He fights his way down over the 5, and he's still going to about the 3-yard line. Al Bizek hit on the play by Brad Beck. Also on the 54, Mark Brewston was in on that tackle also, along with Beck. Gain on the play down to the 2-yard line, 3rd and goal from the 2, and the Trojans know what this feels like. They've been here before. Same formation, slot to the left. Running back, Stevens and Bizek. Here's the call. This time to Stevens, goes to the other side, bucks his way back, touchdown. Harold Stevens. They crossed him up. They have been keying on Bizek. I don't blame him. He's tough. Stevens got to about the line of scrimmage, and I'll tell you, he's tough, too, as he did a lot of his homework right there. He went on his own. Now to try for the point after. Al Bizek. Scott Proshik will hold. 3 3:55 on the clock when that touchdown was scored. Remaining in the first half. Here's the snap, and a kick. It's up. It is good. So with the timeout in the field, 3:55 remaining here in the first half at Litchfield. The score, the New Prague Trojans 7 and the Appleton Aces nothing. Ready to go. There's the picked up by Rankin at the 20. Still on his feet. Cut to the outside. He might go all the way. Got to the open field. Remark trying to cut him off. Belts him out of bounds. Over the 50 down to the 42-yard line. Good run back by number 20, Bob Rankin. He's a 5'10", 170-pound senior, and he almost looked like he had daylight. Time Reebok just cut off the angle about all that happened. Otherwise, it looked like he could have gone. Lots to the right. Here's the call. The pitch out. Coming to Rankin. Cuts in, and he's going to be belted down. Steinoff made sure he wouldn't go, and then Lucas comes barreling in on him. A lot of running, not too much yardage on that play. They're going to mark it about a yard. It'll be a very short yard. We'll give him a yard. 2nd down and 9 as the clock continues to run now. Just over 3 minutes. About 3:10 remaining here in the half. Excellent evening. Standing room only crowd here. Everything is filled. The end zones are filled. And the crowd, of course, continues to move around. Out of the eye. Dropping back. And a handoff going to Rankin. He slips and falls. There to make sure, Gary Lucas. But I think Rankin might have had a little running room had he not slipped and been able to go to the right side of Lucas. Of course, that's a big problem in itself, getting around Gary Lucas. Market has a yard on the play, 2nd down. Check that, 3rd down and 8. And they'll stay in the eye with a slot on the right side. Wide receiver far out to the right. Here's the call, and the first is going to be given to Beckman. He'll go out of bounds to see where they mark it. He'll be short of a 1st down by about a yard, it looks like, from here. Will not have the 1st down. Now, they'll mark the ball, and of course, it'll be close enough. It'll be short by about a yard. Big play for Appleton. I'm sure they're going to go for it. The quarterback is number 10, Kevin Shea. 2 minutes and 27 seconds as Brad Beck ran out of bounds, trying to make the turn. Again, out of the eye with the slot being Rankins on the left side. Here's the call by Shea. And he has them jumping, and now here's the call, and he had the 1st down. I believe, now I may have been presumptuous, 42, Terry Conley, 80, Steinoff, and they're going to see where they mark the football. And we will have a measurement. It is that close. It is very close to a 1st down. I would guess from here that it would be impossible to call right now, Don Ferry.
Yeah, you caught me off guard just a little bit. It looks like it may be awfully close. If it is indeed a 1st down, it may be about half the length of the football. They're coming in to measure now. And it's going to be short.
It is short by about 4 inches. Now, the Trojans earlier in the ballgame in the 1st quarter got a 1st down by the margin of the nose of the football. Of course, that was not on 4th down, which would have this has amounted to a turnover of the football. But it was, however, a big 1st down for the Trojans at that time, actually on their 1st ground movement in this ballgame. So the Trojans have held, and they come out now with 2:05. It'll be interesting to see how they run their attack. They stay on the wishbone with Steinoff as the wide receiver, out far to the left. Here's the call. The quick opener goes to Bizek, lunges his way. And those are grueling yards. He just grinds his way ahead for about 3 yards. On the bottom of the heap, Mark Olson. Olson is a 5'11", 190-pound sophomore, big boy. Gain on the play of 3 yards, 2nd down and 7. Now, chilly evening. Naturally, middle of November, you could hardly expect it to be warm. And the breeze now, it appears from here, has leveled the flag off a little more. I would guess it to be up at least 15 miles an hour. We have good vantage point here. We are in an enclosed booth. Here is the call by Prochek. And off again. 1st man through. Bizek fights his way for yards. He got about 4 yards once again, and that's all effort. I might sound repetitious, but exactly what he is doing is just grinding his way for yardage. Number 85, Lonnie Nelson, rode him down, and of course there was a host of white jerseys. The Appleton Aces are garbed in white jerseys and white pants with a red stripe, red numbers, and red helmets. The Trojans in red uniforms with just the opposite. However, they do have the red helmets also, just a little different shade. Sign off, wide receiver to the right, out of the wishbone. Here's Scott Proshek on a call, and it's going to Conley, and he's going to be drilled behind the line of scrimmage. He faked to Bezek, and I think he could have probably had the first down. Conley got belted behind the line of scrimmage, and good diagnosis on the part of the Appleton football team. Number 83 came around Cleveland to make that tackle. Brings up a fourth down. Naturally, the clock, check that the clock has been stopped. Now the Appleton Aces have called for a timeout. And they will not have a lot of time, as there is only 29 seconds on the clock. But just from the last experience we had watching number 20, Bob Rankins, take off with that football, and he's back there again, along with Brad Beck. Anything could happen here with a few seconds remaining. Now the officials waiting to use the timeout, and the Trojans all ready to go to put the ball in the air. Of course, the punter, Al Bezek, will kick for New Prague. Beautiful crowd on hand. It's a terrific sight to see the support shown here by these two schools, because this football field is full. All right, here's the Trojans breaking huddle. They come out with Bezek back deep. The snap is a low snap. It's going to get by him. He's going to pick it up. And now he's going to decide to run the football. He goes to the outside and he plows his way. He'll be short of the first down. And I was surprised Al didn't think. I don't think he'd have gone out of bounds. Of course, the Aces have 2 timeouts left. That play took 9 seconds.
If I'm not mistaken, Raleigh, that's the first time this year in preseason, in playoffs, during the regular conference, that I've seen a bad snap from center.
Right. We talked in the person of Ron Catterley. He was kind of unsung all year, but he's done a fine job, and it's one of those things. And now, here come the Aces, and a pass by number 10, Shea, and I'll tell you, did he get boomed down? Oh, my. Man that came in there and drilled him was 64, Rod Sire, and I'll tell you, Shea got up. He checked out that number because he got hit hard. He raised his arm up, passed naturally incomplete. He's lucky he got it off. Stops the clock, 17 seconds left. That play took only 3 seconds. So once again, the Aces come out now out of the pro set in the backfield. Receiver to the right side, dropping straight back. The rush is on, and there's a loose football. Now it's picked up by Beck. He has a blocker in front of him, and he's going to be chased out of bounds by Marvin Deitch, number 63. I'll tell you, Dwayne Wormerskirchen blew a blocker right into Shea that time, or actually Shea on the handoff blew him into the running back. He fumbled the ball. Very fortunate to pick it up on the first down right in front of him, and Beck got it back in a respectable area, back where it's resting on about the 31-yard line, but there are only 7 seconds remaining in this ballgame. Now with the slot to the right out of the eye, wide receiver on the right side, now on the rollout, and the wing out here goes to Beck. He couldn't hold it, goes as an incomplete pass. Took 4 seconds, now third down. Check that, 4th down with 3 seconds remaining on the clock in the half. And will the Appleton Aces go for the down, go for the touchdown, take a chance on an interception, or will they be satisfied to eat it up? They send in a play. Number 55 comes out in the person of Paul Walden, and to replace him, number 72, Scott Johnson. Once again, the quarterback, Kevin Shea, has his backs in the eye with a slot to the right. Here's the call. He drops back. The fake. The rush is on. He swings one out behind the line of scrimmage, and he's going to be belted down. Number 20, Mike Solide, wouldn't allow that to happen at all. And there is the end of the first half. Bezek kicks the ball down to about the 32-yard line, where it's picked up by number 42, Jeff Arnold. It was a low kick, and the ball is resting right now. He decided to run laterally, and the ball is resting right on the 40-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Aces. Here's the handoff. Second man through is Brad Beck, and he goes for about 3 yards. We'll see where they mark the ball. They're on the far side of the field. In on the play of 3, second down and 7 now for the Aces. The Trojans dominating statistic-wise the first half, however, they are just out in front of this ball game by a touchdown. Here's the call by Shea, and he gives to Beck, and he's hit by number 72, Francis Spishek. Also following that play, Marvin Deitch, the outside linebacker on the right side. And I'll tell you, Kevin Shea wastes no time. That's spelled S-K-J-E-I, pronounced Shea. And he wastes no time in breaking his team out of the huddle. Quick count just about all the time. Now, slot to the right, pro set on the backfield. Wide receiver to the right side. Here's the call by Shea. He drops back. Now the delay goes to number 42, and he goes nowhere. Jeff Arnold got the football. He was slammed down on the bottom of the heap. Worm excursion, Gary Lucas and Kerry Conley in there also on the tackle for the Trojans. Well, the Trojans just will not allow the ground game up the middle as they contain very well on the inside, and it brings up fourth down. And the Aces will have to punt in single safety. For the Trojans is Stevens. Here's the kick. It's a short kick. The ball kicked by Beck. Going to be taking a fair catch by Stevens, and he has it up the 44-yard line, just shy of the 45. So the Trojans, holding very grudgingly on the first series of downs, will have the football in relatively good field position out at their own 45. And it will be interesting now to see how they can move against the Aces in the second half. They moved the ball very well, I think, according to our stat man, Bill Kyer, in the first half. They had 31 running plays, or 31 offensive plays in the first half. In the wishbone with Steinhoff, wide receiver to the left. Scott Proshek is the quarterback. The call, fake, second man through. Stevens finds the hole, and he goes for good yardage over the midfield stripe down to the 47-yard line. Harold Stevens on the quick opener. And, of course, now you have to understand that the Aces have to be very cautious of Al Bizek, as he has been carrying the ball a lot on the quick opener, either to the left or right side of center, using the tackle on the quick openers. And now the delay, ball given to Stevens as the second man through. And once Stevens gets a little running room, he's tough. Steinhoff now wide to the right. The Trojans contain themselves in the wishbone. Here's Proshek on the call. And up. Conley belts it down at the line of scrimmage. Good tackle. Coming off the bottom of that pile there defensively, Jeff Arnold. He was helped out by a couple other Aces. And we'll give a yard to Conley. It was a grudging yard. Good tackling. Outstanding tackling on the part of both ball clubs. Prague notorious for their tough tackling. And I'll tell you, there aren't any flies on this Appleton ball club. They know how to stick. Third down and a yard now for New Prague. Here's the call by Proshek. Handoff. First man through. Bizek has the first down inside the 40 down. Close. Check that over the 45 to about the 43. And once again, the small yard markers were not using the markers and are not being critical of the markers. They are just small numbered, and they are kind of hard to see, especially with all the colors on the other side. So you'll have to bear with us. First and 10 for the Trojans on the Appleton 43-yard line. Here's the call by Proshek. Fake. Outside man Stevens. Block. Get up in front. He's still fighting his way, and now he's belted down. Conley took his outside man out, but one of the roving linebackers came in there and held him up. That was 42. And then the Appleton Aces just came in and mauled him down. Loss in the play of 3 yards. Will make it second down and 13 for the Trojans. 7 minutes and 50 seconds remain here in the third quarter. The Trojans are out in front, 7-0. And they have the ball. So now, will Scott Proshek decide to go to the air? He'll set Steinhoff wide to the right. Keep his backfield in the wishbone. Here's the call. He fakes. He drops back. Has some time. He's in the pocket. He throws a lot when he has Reebok out there. And he overthrew him just by a little bit. He had Tom Reebok out there. He just couldn't get to the football. Tom had beat the deep man strictly on the down and out pattern. He went down about 25 yards, cut to the outside, and just couldn't catch up with the football. Goes as an incomplete pass. Stops the clock with 7:23 remaining in the quarter, bringing up third down into the ball game for Appleton. Number 53, Mark Olson. Coming out, number 61, Don Schnather. Big play for New Prague. They've capitalized on a couple third downs, mostly on short yardage. One for about 9 yards for a first down. Sign off. Split to the right. The call by Proshik. Fake. Drops back. And he's looking, the rush is on. He fires out here for Stevens. And he had it and lost it. Stevens couldn't hold it, but you'll have to give credit to number 63 out there. That was Mark Williamson. He stayed with him, and he wouldn't allow that to happen. So it goes as an incomplete pass. And bringing up fourth down for New Prague, and they will have to punt the football, undoubtedly.
I think where New Prague is going to be most effective, Raleigh, is going on those post patterns and those hook-in patterns to their split ends.
Back in dual safety. Beck and Rankins. Here's the kick by Bizek. It's a short kick. It'll bounce. It'll take the New Prague bounce. Now bounces to the middle of the field. It's going to be picked up by Rankins. And he has an open field. He's going to go all the way. And taking it down is Bizek. He won't be able to catch him. And Rankins goes all the way for a touchdown. How about 80 yards as he picked that ball up right around the 10-yard line. And actually, he just surprised the Trojans. They thought that he'd allow the ball to die down there. Brad Beck was following the football. Rankins just picked it up, cut to the outside, picked up his interference, and walked 80 yards for the touchdown. And the Appleton fans have really come alive, as they did not have a lot to cheer about in the first half. The fact that they didn't have a first down, I don't believe. And boy, they really came to the ball game right now. Standing up, trying for the extra point. Will be number 82, Shulman. Here's the place. The kick is up. It is good, and we have a tie ball game. So here, with 6 minutes and 58 seconds left in the third quarter, the score, the New Prague Trojans 7 and the Appleton Aces 7. Here's the kickoff by Appleton. It's going to be taken by Stevens at about the 35. He goes straight up the field and fights his way up to the 40, right at the 40-yard line. Stevens was not far from breaking away. Solai was up in front. He had a block two in out. He got one of them, and then the other one, number 83, Dwayne Cleveland, held him up for the tackle. So Stevens gets it back to the 40-yard line, and the Trojans have it again in good field position. And now this enthusiastic crowd has come to life on the near side, on our side. It is made up of Appleton Ace rooters. The Trojans now in the wishbone with Steinoff wide to the left. Here's the call by Proshek. Quick draw to Bizek, and he'll plow his way for 4 yards. Hit off the right side of the defensive line. And following on the play, defensive end. And the outside linebacker, number 82, Mark Shulman. He's played a good ball game so far for the Aces. 6 minutes, just over 6 minutes remain here, third quarter. Second down and 6. The Trojans send Steinoff to the right side. They stay in the wishbone. Scott Proshek calls the signal. Here's a call. Fake and handoff, second man through. Conley fights his way for about 3 yards. Leading up in front there for the Trojans. Mark Lucas now in the ball game. Gain on the play of close to 3 yards. We'll make it 3rd and 3 now with 5.5 minutes remaining in the quarter. Tie ball game, 7-7. And the fan reaction now is getting more and more. Here's a call by Proshik. He drops back. Now he has time. He fires a long one for Bizek. And a touchdown. Reback. He has it out there. First down. Down at the 20-yard line. Tommy Reback picked that pass off, and it's just too bad. If Proshik could have put a little more mustard on it, Reback had himself a touchdown as he had to hold up and wait for the football. However, Proshik got enough mustard on it to get it over the defense, and Even at that, Reebok almost got loose. The one defender, the outside safety man, hung on to him, wouldn't let him go, and then he got help. So it is a first down in Ace territory at the 20. First and 10 Trojans. Steinoff to the left. Here's the call. Second man through. Steven bucks his way for grudging yardage down to about the 17. Got a little hole, and then it closed quickly as the person of Jeff Arnold came in and belted him down. Gain on the play of 3 yards. Second down and check that, 2 yards. Second down and 8. Now for the Trojans. Once again, they have moved deep into Appleton territory. Now they'll wing it to the left. In the slot is Conley. Running back, Spizek and Stevens. Here's the call. Stevens to the opposite side. Finds a hole. And he stays on his feet. He'll go to the outside. And he'll fight his way to the 2-yard line. Harold Stevens, once he breaks the line of scrimmage, if he can find daylight to the outside, he's hard to run down. The man who ran him down was Rankins, and he's the guy that went 80 yards for the touchdown, and he showed us that he can really go. Actually, if he wasn't as speedy as he is, there would have been a touchdown for Stevens.
I think what kind of fouled up their defense that time was the fact that they went slot left, and of course then they gave it to Stevens and went to the weak side.
There is a flag on the play, and it is against Appleton. It appeared to be an offside, and I'm sure that the Trojans will decline the penalty unless it took place, another infraction taking place. It took place after it is a personal foul. Personal foul against Appleton. Didn't get the number of who that was, and now they'll move it half the distance of the goal, so the ball is down about half the 1-yard line. We're going to presume it at the 1, and we'll call it first and goal from the 1-yard line. Oh, once again, the Trojans break now out of the wishbone, go back into the slot to the left. Conley is the slot man. Steinoff outside as the wide receiver. Running back, Bizek and Stevens. Here's the call, and the fumble. And Proshek manages to hang on to it. Boy, that was mighty close as number 61 was right there. That's Don Schnauzer, and it appeared for a minute that Proshek didn't have it. He lost yardage, however, and the down. Ball back at the 5-yard line. Second down and goal now from the 5. So Appleton, although that was strictly error by the Trojans, do not like to see anybody entering their territory, especially over those red flags out there. Slot to the right this time, Conley. Prochik calls the signal. Here's the give on Bizek, quick over, and he's going to be belted at the 4-yard line. And Appleton is closing that hole now, 85, 71, 63. Those are Nelson, Luce, and Williamson for Appleton.
We haven't seen
now
Scott.
We have a timeout on the field. There is a timeout. And with 2 minutes and 44 seconds remaining on the clock, the score is the New Prague Trojans 7 and the Appleton Aces 7. Third down, the ball resting on the 4. Third and goal from the 4. Here's the call by Prochik. And up going to Conley. Follows his interference. Dives. And he has a touchdown. Terry Conley followed his interference beautifully. Good call by Scott Prochik. And Conley just followed a hole. He looked just like a little kid trying to sneak away from a bunch of bad cats, you know. And he just followed it in there. And that brings the Trojans fans off their benches over there. Now we will have the try for the point after. Prochik to hold. Al Bizek, the attempt. Here's the snap, the place, the kick is up. And it is no good. It is off to the left. Bizek hooked it. And Al's had a little problem with this lately. It appears as though he just stays with the ball, pulls it a little bit, and it just curled over the top of the upright. So the attempt is not good. And the clock is stopped with 2:38 remaining. The Trojans out in front here now, 13-7. And this is a terrific ball game, man. It's something that you really wouldn't want to miss. It's cold. The wind is even getting gustier. I sure would imagine to be close to 20 miles an hour right now. And I think everybody is chilly, but the enthusiasm here won't allow you to get real cold.
Well, we never know what's going to happen, but of course this has been typically New Prague. They go into the half 7-0, and they've come out of games with as many as about 63 points, 35 points, 32 points. So it won't be unusual if they really break it open. They seem to wear teams down in that first half and take advantage in the second. Here's Raleigh.
I don't want to be a pessimist, but they're going to have a hard time wearing these guys down. And here's the kick, a line drive. And it's picked up by, I can't get the number. The number is too hard to get. He's bound down at about the 42-yard line. It was a short kick. The man who picked up the ball was number 55. Once again, that was Paul Walden. These numbers by the Aces are not entirely easy to pick up. They blend a little with the uniform. Here's the call out of the full house and driving for yardage is Arnold. He's still going. And there was shades of Albiza because Arnold put his head down, and when he was hit after he had gained about 2 yards, he picked up about 4 more strictly on his own power. Gain on the play, 7 yards. Second down and 3. Now the ball resting shy of the 40-yard line at the 38-yard line. Again, full house in the backfield, trying to go to the outside is Beck, and he doesn't go anywhere. Francis Mishek playing a whale of a ball game. Another one of the front four who's more or less unsung, and I don't mean to be partisan towards anyone. They've all played terrific football, but Francis Mishek has done his share, believe me. Played good football. Defensive end on the right side. Loss in the play of about a yard. Third down now. Again, the full house. The handoff goes to Rankin to the outside. He has an anchor getting outside, but he won't go. Mike Solheim contained him all the way. He turned him in, followed him, and made the tackle. Of course, he was helped out, but he is responsible, and he did the job. Again, another loss in the play, and now the ball is back to about the 36-yard line where it'll bring up fourth down. Clock runs, 58 seconds remaining in the quarter. And back to kick to punt for the Aces will be Brad Beck. In single safety, again is Stevens for New Prague. The Trojans put on a rush. They try to bomb it, block it. Stevens takes a fair catch at the 40-yard line. I think they'll bring it back. He went ahead by about 2 yards. Again, once again in this entire ball game, the Trojans have had good to excellent field position when they have obtained the football. And now they have it on their own 41-yard line, first and 10. So can the Aces now make them cough it up or turn it over, or can the Trojans continue to move the football as they have done so well in this ball game? 41 seconds on the clock in the quarter. Out of the wishbone, Steinhoff, wide receiver to the left. Scott Proshik as quarterback all the way. Here's the call. And there's a little bit of mixed up. It goes to Stevens, and he got about a yard, and he's belted down. Appeared as though there was a slight mix-up on the play. The man on the tackle, Dan Luce, or Appleton. They mark the ball back as no gain. Second down and 10 for New Prague. In fact, there's about a half a yard loss as to where the yard markers are placed. Stevens, check that. Steinhoff, wide to the right. Backfield in the wishbone. The call by Proshik. He drops back. He looks. The rush is on. He fires a long pass down here for Steinhoff. And he overthrew him. He had him wide open. This time, Proshik, and he's got a good arm. Let me tell you, he's got a good arm. He flung that baby. He's got the wind on his back right now, and he had Steinhoff wide open. Just didn't get him. There is the end of the quarter. So at Litchfield, the jam-packed stadium, at the end of 3 quarters, they score the New Prague Trojans 13 and the Appleton Aces 7. What game indeed. Trojans leading here by 6 points. And the way this Appleton has come to life, not a lot. They have hinges on. Anything can happen. The Trojans have it 3rd and 11. Out of the wishbone with wide receiver to the left. Here's the call by Proshik. Drops back again. He's looking. He fires one out here for Stevens. And he's hit. 54 got his hand on it. Stevens really got belted from the blind side by number 82, Mark Shieldman. Had to shake Stevens up a little bit. He got belted right on the back. And there was nothing wrong with it. It appeared, I'm sure, from the on-beat tackler that he could have had the football. But number 54, that's Bruston, who's played a good, sound defensive ball game, was the man who break it up. Stevens was out there. Ball throwing very well. Just a good defensive play. Back to punt for the Trojans. Al Bezek in dual safety. Rankin and Beck. Here's a snap. Good snap. The kick. Stop. Spiral kick. Lazy. Comes down on the 40, and it's going to go down to the 30, and the Trojans will down it. I really think when the Trojans went back after that 80-yard jaunt by Rankins that there was a few of these guys talking to themselves because it appeared as though the Aces would just leave the ball drop right around the 10-yard line. There was a couple of guys there just more or less watching the ball, and boom, Rankins got it, put on a burst of speed, went to the outside, and took it right down all the way. And I'm sure they won't let that happen again. Here they are with a slot to the right. The call by Shea. A swing out pass here. He has a man open and back, and a good tackle by Proshek as he belts him down at the 40-yard line, just short of the 40. It's going to be short of a first down. Gain on the play, close to 8 yards. We'll give him 8 yards. Second down and 2. On the rollout that time, Shea. Rolled out on his man. Beck pulling out of the backfield. Now they'll slot to the left. Here's the keep by Shea, and he has the first down, I believe. Conley brings him down, but he has had the first down at about the 42-yard line. So, good call by Shea.
Incidentally, that's the first down picked up by Appleton in this ball game.
Kind of hard to realize. That is the first down for Appleton. Again, slotted to the left. This time Rankins. Here's the call by Shea, and on the delay, ball given to Beck. He's got some yardage, and he gets belted down. He didn't want to go down either. Proshek, Solheid, Bezek, check that. Conley was the man underneath, and Wormuskirchen all in on the tackle for New Prague. Gain on the play of 5 yards. Second down and 5. Now Appleton starting to move the football. Rankins in the slot, out of the eye in the backfield. Shea is the quarterback. Here's a call. And off. And belted behind the line of scrimmage is number 42, Arnold. Conley once again thought to that. And Conley's starting to come into his own now. He's played some good defensive football. Third down now. Big play for Appleton in the slot. Rankins on the rollout. Shea sees a man out there in the open. Is Rankins. He stops and he'll get belted down. He has enough for the first down, however. He got out and he got the first down, and he was wide open. So now Kevin Shea has decided to go to the air, and he's had the protection. He's got the Aces on the move. 9 minutes and 35 seconds remain in this ball game. In the slot this time, Beck out of the I formation. The call by Shea. Again, the draw now given to number 20, Rankins. He got about 2 yards. He couldn't find anywhere to go. Rod Sayer blasted him down on the bottom of the heap. Dwayne Wormuskirchen following Terry Conley. Gain on the play of 1 yard. Second down and 9. The Appleton fans, there's nobody sitting anymore here. It's too cold to sit. But they're getting very enthusiastic now. They want their team to score naturally. Again, running out of the eye with the slot to the right. Here's the call by Jay on there. Turn the back. He gets to the outside. Beats the man. Still going to the outside. And he'll go out of bounds. Marvin Deitch had a shot on him behind the line of scrimmage. And to the outside, Steinoff tried to lick him. But Beck beat both of them. And he got some yardage. Going to go to third down. And it'll be about 5 yards short of the first down. Make it third and 5. Inside the 9-minute mark. 8 minutes and 55 seconds as Beck got out of bounds. Stopped the clock. In the I formation. Slot to the right. Shea, the quarterback. The call on the roll. Looking now, has some running room. And he fires a long one downfield. Has a man wide open. Overthrew him. Shea had number 82. That's Shulman. He's an M on the, actually, just a long delay is what it amounted to is, as Shea had a lot of time, he had good blocking. I thought he might run the football. Then he spiraled Shulman wide open, overthrew him, stopped the clock, fourth down. Fourth and about 5, and Appleton, with all the marbles on the line, are going to go for the first down. And now this is a big test for the Trojans. 8 minutes and 48 seconds with the clock stopped. Now they go back to the pro set with a receiver on the right side. Drop back by Shea. He's looking at it, reverse. Goes to Arnold, and a good tackle on the far side of the field. I believe that was Marvin Deitch, and it was Marvin Deitch who stopped that play, and the ball goes over to the Trojans. That play looked good as Shea once again dropped back. Then on the delay, gave the ball to Arnold, and he had just one man there, and it was a diving tackle by Deitch.
You know, every game has one big play, and this may have been the big one. Marvin Deutsch was not fooled on that play. He just hung in there, came up out of his linebacker position, and stayed with the runner.
So now the Trojans take over in downs, and they'll go back into the wishbone with Steinhoff at the wide receiver on the left. The ball on the 36-yard line. Handoff to Bizek. First man through, got 4 yards. Al Bizek, and now I'm sure Scott Proshik would like to go back and establish his running game. And if he is going to, you can be sure that Al Bizek will be called upon to be part of it, as he is the man who carried for a lot of yardage. Not big gainers, but 4 and 5 yards, and many carries there in the first half. Didn't get the ball much in the third quarter. Second down, pick up on the play, 4 yards. Second down and 6 as the clock runs. We're under 8 minutes, 7 and a half remaining in this ball game. Here's the call. Second man through is Conley, and he's melted down. Good defensive play by number 71. That is Dan Luce. Conley lost about a yard, and he never had a chance. He got met behind the line of scrimmage. Luce stayed with him all the way out of the ball game for the Aces. Don Schneider. Back into the wishbone. 3rd and 7. Big play for the Trojans. They'd like a first down. They like to get out of their territory. We'll see what Scott Proshik comes up with. Here's his call. He drops back. Rushes on. Fires one out here over Conley's hand. He was covered well by number 54, Bruston. Proshik seemed to hurry his pass just a little bit that time. He had a little more time than I think he did have. And it goes as an incomplete pass. So it stops the clock with just over 7 minutes remaining in this ball game. And the Trojans will have to give it up again. In the last punt, the Aces put on an all-out effort to block the punt, and I'm sure they'd sure like to get another crack at it, keep that ball down in their territory. Here's a snap, a good snap. He has the time this time and gets a good kick away. It's going to be kicked to Beck, and the reverse is going to Rankin. Comes to the outside, and he's going to go down the sidelines again. He has an open field. He's going to go for another touchdown. And there is a penalty flag on the play. There is a clip against Appleton. And it's going to bring back the ball, and Rankins is mighty unhappy as he just did his thing again. He eluded New Prague Trojans, and they did the one thing that they shouldn't do. They tried to tackle him without containing the outside, and he can beat him to the outside. He's just too quick. He got outside, went all the way, only to have it nullified and brought back. And of course, it's going to be a 15-yarder from the from the point of infraction. So instead of a touchdown, the ball goes back inside the 30, and it's going to be marked down at the 21-yard line. What a big play for the Trojans! What a break! Of course, you have to look at it the other way. Had there not been a clip, maybe there wouldn't have been a touchdown. I didn't pick up the clip, so I can't really tell you. Here we go. In the slot, Rankin out of the eye. The Aces. Here's the call by Shea. The ball given to Beck, and he fights his way for yardage over the 25. We'll see where they mark it. Mark it at the 27. They gave him all the yardage. Pick up on the play of 6 yards. Second down and 4. Clock an all-important factor. 6.5 minutes remain in this ballgame. Nobody has gone home. The wind continues to blow. Gusting at times. Beck is in the slot. They're in the eye. The handoff given to Reagan. There's a fumble. And one of the Aces picks it up, and then he's ball down. And they were pretty fortunate because there was a host of red jerseys there. The ball just coughed up into the hands of number 40, Beck. A fumble. There's a loss in the play of 2 yards. Again, big play now. 3rd down and about yards. Check that, 3rd and 6 for Appleton. Of course, I'm sure at this stage of the game, they're not going to punt the football. Either they get the first down or they'll turn it over. Out of the eye once again. Here's the handoff on the reverse. Giving it back. They're trying to fight off Deitch. They do get him off, and he goes for some yardage. He'll be short of the first down. But he got the ball back close to the 30-yard line. Down to around the 29. They'll mark the ball at the 29. It'll be short by about a yard and a half. 4th down. Again, a big play for the Trojans. Clock continues to run. 5 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. Prague out in front of this ball game. 13-7. The Aces just recently having a touchdown been called back. Here they go now. They're in the slot to the right. Here's the call of first down. Given to Arnold. And he's still on his feet. He goes over the 35 to the 37-yard line. And once again, the Appleton fans rise to the occasion, and they give their very worthy football team a big charge of encouragement. So Appleton refuses to turn the ball over. They have it, and the clock is running. 4 minutes and 50 seconds now. Again, the slot to the right. With Beck in the slot out of the I formation. Here's a call. There seemed to be some movement. Now it is Rankin, and he belted down. He got a couple yards. Stevens was the man who hit him. Held him up. Also in on the tackle, Mike Solheim for the Trojans. There were no flags in the play. It appeared that the Aces may have moved early off the ball, or maybe that's just good movement. Gain on the play of 4 yards. 2nd down and 6 for Appleton. Slotted to the left, Rankin outside. Wide receiver, number 82. Here's the run by Beck, and there's a loose football. It has been blown dead. And in on that tackle was Rod Sayers. He laid one on Beck. But Beck picked up pretty good yardage, and now we are obliterated from the yard markers. It is short of a first down, and we are very close to the 50-yard line again. The ball resting on about the 47, between the 47 and 48, short of a first down by less than a yard. 3 minutes and 50 seconds remain in this ball game. Again, a slot to the left in the I formation. Here's the call, a handoff going to the running back. He has the first down. I didn't pick up the number. I believe it was Arnold. And I am a bit presumptuous. There is a timeout on the field taken by Shea and the Appleton Aces. There is a timeout taken, and there's a chair as it is a first down. So you have a timeout on the field. There's 3 minutes and 37 seconds remaining. The score is Prague 13 and the Appleton Aces 7. Gain on the play of a couple yards. 2nd down, make it about 3. 2nd down and 7 as Appleton continues to move the ball. And Kevin Shea has done an outstanding job at quarterback. Haven't had many first downs, but he appears to have all the qualities to be able to move a football team. Here's the hand on the reverse, giving it back. Cut to the other side, and a good tackle by Deitch. Once again, Marvin Deitch making a superb tackle. He's going to come up slow. He got hit pretty hard over there. Shaking up a little bit, but he doesn't want to come out. Yes, he will come out. Albiza comes into the ball game for him. Deitch got shaken up a little bit. He made an outstanding stop. 3rd and 8 for the Aces. Again out of the pro set. Here's the call by Shea. He drops back. This time he has protection. Swing pass going to be intercepted by Mike Solheim. Has it back, and he goes into Appleton territory down to the 45 to the 43-yard line. Mike Solheim. Another one of the tough 11 of the Trojans. He doesn't get a lot of recognition either, but he's played his position extremely well all year long. And the Trojan fans across the way have really come to life right now. They got a little bit stunned when Rankin called that second run of his into the end zone, only to have it called back, and they still couldn't quite get their wits together again. But now they seem to have got back to where they're really rooting. So the Trojans have it. Out of the wishbone, Steinoff wide to the left. 2 minutes and 17 seconds remain in this ball game. Trojans out in front, 13-7. Quick handoff goes to Bizek. Puts both hands on the football, goes over to that 40-yard line. Down, they're going to mark it right at the 40-yard line. One thing the Trojans do not want to do right now is fumble that football. And also, The Appleton Aces have used one of their timeouts in this half, so they have 3 remaining. A minute and 50 seconds remain, and the Trojans, of course, are not going to be in any rush at all. If they can pick up 1 first down in this series and do not lose the football, they can contain it and win the ball game. Here's Prochek looking him over. He still takes his time on the long count. Here's the call. And the ball given to Bizek, puts his head down, and he goes for about 3 yards again. Now the Aces will call a timeout. So now the wheels start to turn. Strategy on the part of Appleton. They cannot win this ball game unless they get their hands on it. And the only way to do that is contain the Trojans and get the football back.
On interceptions this year, I believe that Harold Stevens has by far the majority of them. I think he's had 16 interceptions this year. Scott Prochek has picked off only 3. One of those, of course, he ran back for a touchdown in the Dassel-Cokato game in the semifinal last week. And as far as Solheid is concerned, why, I think that's about his second of the entire year, so it was rather a timely interception for Mike.
Yeah, Mike is, I do not know the stats, Don. I'm not sure of anything of that nature, but all I know is Mike Sola has played his position well. He's not a very big young man, but he's well built and he hangs right in there. He's steady ball player, as is Marvin Dyke. These are the 2 outside linebackers for the Trojans. A minute and 29 seconds remain as now the Aces wait the Trojans to come to the line of scrimmage. The time will start when the ball is put in play. 3rd down and about 5, a short 5, as Scott Prochek looks over the defense. Here's the call. Second man through. Conley puts his head down, and then he's bent backwards. And again, Arnold, the man who made the tackle, immediately calls for another timeout. That play took 5 seconds, and it picked up about 2 yards, so it's going to be 3rd down. Check that, 4th down and a long 3. Make it 3rd and 4th and 3, 4th and 4. It doesn't make that much difference yet. We'll see after this next play is run. Right now, I believe that Appleton has 2 timeouts remaining. And they have shown us they have the ability to spring a man. And this Rankin, number 20, Bob Rankin, not very big. He's 5'10" and weighs 170 pounds, but can he ever fly?
Well, whatever the play, Scott Prochek was over at the bench, and John Bush told him exactly what to do, so it's going to be John Bush's call from here on.
I would not be surprised to see the Trojans maybe throw a short pass. I'm sure they do not want to give the football up, but if they don't make a first down, they're going to give it up anyway. So if the Trojans can make a first down here, for all practical purposes, or in all reality, if they don't fumble, they can win the football game. So now this becomes the interesting part of a football game like this. You're in the championship, Class B state championship. You are ahead, as Coach John Bush is telling his players right now, they're ahead 13-7. And if they can get a first down, they can take home the bacon. We saw the trophy. It's a beauty. I'm sure they want it. Locked to the left. Here's the call. There's a fumble. And they'll fight for it, but it'll go over to Appleton anyway. So the Trojans lose the ball. And now the clock will stop until they change players. And it appeared to be a running play. It's hard to tell because Prochek did fumble it, but it didn't appear from the looks of things as though it would be a pass. And now the clock runs. There's less than a minute and 20 seconds. Locked to the left in Rankin. Here's the call. The handoff goes to Beck. And he almost hit behind the line of scrimmage. Then he is hauled down. That was Steinhoff who made the tackle. Glenn Steinhoff. I didn't get the number, but somebody almost had him for a big loss back there. There still is a loss on the play of 1 yard. And now Appleton has taken another timeout. And I believe they have one more timeout remaining. I'm not certain. Now the official held up his hands for. That could be their last timeout. Check that. Kevin Shea has been the quarterback all the way for the Appleton Aces. There is a minute and 7 seconds remaining in this ball game. Nobody has left. Believe me, nobody has left. Been that kind of a ball game all the way. A lot of yardage ate up by the Trojans up and down the field, but they've had a hard time getting in the end zone. Appleton on the big run, the 80-yard jaunt by Rankins, and then having a touchdown callback on a clip, on a punt. Now the quarterback, Shea, is still trying to get something across or straight with the official. I blows his whistle, and in just a matter of seconds here, we will have a play from the line of scrimmage. Here come the Aces, slotted to the right. Beck in the slot out of the I formation. Here is Jay back. He's looking for the bomb. He fires it out there, and it's going to be intercepted by Stevens. Stevens staying right in the middle. Hello, Stevens. And you just heard Don Perry a little while ago. He's got a ton of receptions, and he has just an uncanny instinct to know where that football is going to be.
You know it, because that's interception, number 17 this year for Harold Stevens. Can you imagine that 17 in one season for a high school player?
I said uncanny, and after reading one of the sports columnists' thing on Tarkington, maybe that's not uncanny. Maybe the word is canny. Maybe this is how he's built, but he sure has done an excellent job. So the Trojans have the football. Steinoff will not line up as far out this time. They're in the wishbone. Proshek lays down with the football. He's going to eat up the clock. I believe Appleton is out of timeouts. The clock is running now, 30 seconds. Appleton does not have any more timeouts. It's firing a fumble. One more play, and the Trojans can have it all. The fans are absolutely going hysterical on the other side of the field. Something they've dreamed about. They've never had a state championship of any nature. They can feel it right now. Here's the call by Proshek. He'll lay down again. They can't get him. They want him, but they can't get him. Right now, it runs down to 4 seconds. There is the end of the ball game. The New Prague Trojans have a state champion. The Trojans, gentlemen as they are, and so weird as they can hardly stand it, take the time to come over and congratulate the Appleton football team. They are an outstanding football team. You have to give them credit. They had all the capabilities of bringing this football game open. But the New Prague Trojans are the worthy champions. They have played excellent all year long. And they have won this ball game 13-7 before a full capacity here at Litchfield. So there's the end of the ball game and the final score. The New Prague Trojans 13 and the Appleton Aces 7.